Hey there, Lala here. I had a request in either my iced or hot coffee protein shake video from a gal who's struggling with depression having gained weight after a car accident. At the end of that video, I mentioned that the way I eat now came about due to two very long, very painful bouts with plantar fasciitis. So, to Soldier of God, I hope this video or any part of it helps during your recovery. I didn't think I'd ever be doing a video about how I eat, since until recently my weight fluctuated so much. But if the way I've been eating the last couple of years can be helpful to others, here's what I did. Out of desperation, I ended up with two life-changing solutions for myself. One for plantar fasciitis, and the other started just as a diet, but ended up morphing into a new way of eating for me. It's actually a combination of three things. My initial plan was to combine two diets I had had success with in the past: protein shakes as meal replacement, and tracking my calories with MyFitnessPal. I was going to do protein shakes till I got my weight down, and I made a commitment to myself to do 365 days straight on MyFitnessPal. That way when I got to a weight I was happy with, it was a long enough time to get me into a good mode of eating. I bought 2 brands of caramel protein shakes, and one ended up being perfect to make that 15-ounce bottle into a really big, satisfying 24-ounce drink. I did a hot and cold version caramel coffee protein shake. It was love at first sip, and I was hooked. Not only did I love them for meal replacement, but they became a big part of what accidentally got me doing the third thing: intermittent fasting. Something I had no intention of doing because it sounded like a frustrating, hunger-inducing fad diet. Just the thought of daily fasting made me hungry. But here's what happened. Totally unplanned. I'd been testing out having my protein shakes at various times, replacing different meals and snacks, when I realized if a shake was the last thing I had in the evening, I wasn't starving in the morning. In fact, my stomach felt great. By the way, anytime I mention a protein shake, I'm always talking about my version, the caramel coffee protein shake. I started with just replacing one meal a day with a shake, and everything else about my diet remained exactly the same, including drinking 72 ounces of water a day. I always have a 24-ounce bottle of water with me, and I have one of those before breakfast. Breakfast was between 8 and 9, depending on how late I was up, when I woke up in the morning, and when I finished my water. But I always had the same thing: 24 ounces of really strong hot tea, a cinnamon raisin protein type bar, or sometimes I might have a mini bagel with cream cheese. My 24 ounces of water before lunch, then lunch around 1 p.m. That would either be my protein shake, or if I was going to have the protein shake for dinner, then I would be having my normal lunch, and I just randomly pulled this up on MyFitnessPal to see what I would have for lunch, and one of them was 2 Chipotle chicken tacos. At 3 p.m. I'd have my snack, and that would be something like fruit or cheese, or fruit and cheese, maybe nuts or popcorn, or whatever I just felt like having. If lunch was a meal instead of a shake, I might not have any snack at all, or maybe just a little bit. Then I'd sip my 24 ounces of water between lunch and dinner time. Dinner was around 6 o'clock, and again, I just checked MyFitnessPal to see what I was having for dinner then, and one of the days was barbecued chicken breast, rice pilaf, and roasted vegetables. And if I'd had a regular meal for lunch, then I would be having a protein shake for dinner. I was forever trying not to snack in the evening, but that's my hardest time, and I would always get the munchies, so I would usually have something like popcorn. But then one night, the only snack I really wanted was a hot caramel coffee protein shake. And I was still thinking of it as meal replacement, so I thought it was a bad idea, but I really wanted it, so I had it, and that's actually what brought about a big change. Looking at the transition side by side, it really doesn't look like a big change. It looks like all I did was change my evening snack to a caramel coffee protein shake. And that is what I did. The big change was how it affected me. I felt great the next morning, and my weight loss picked up again. Also, you'll notice for dinner, I have HelloFresh there. Just before this transition period, my son sent us a free box with 3 meals in it. We were pretty impressed with all 3 meals, so we continued to order now and then. While the calories look really high, the portions are huge, and I never eat what they consider to be a single serving. I would say I eat about half and maybe as much as 3/4, but typically about half of what they call a serving. You may also notice that none of these look like diet meals. These are things I really like. I am so over eating things that I don't really care for just because they're low calorie. I'm absolutely thrilled to have found a way to maintain my weight while I'm eating and drinking things I love. Another nice perk of HelloFresh is that you learn to cook a new way. So I've really learned to make most of these meals myself now. And now for the last step, which you may have already guessed, that led me to intermittent fasting. I started to wonder if I gave up all but my tea for breakfast, would I still feel that good at lunchtime? So I tried it. I had just my tea in the morning. I did get hungry around noon, so I just had my shake then rather than 1 p.m., which is when I normally would have had lunch. I still felt really good, and within a few days, I was right back to my normal 1 o'clock lunchtime. Check out that menu. The only thing that's changed is that I just have tea for breakfast now. Starting and ending my day with a protein shake, other than my morning tea, sped up my weight loss and felt so good. Then my normal dinner at 6 o'clock and my protein shake snack around 8 or 8:30. That might seem kind of late, but I don't go to bed till about midnight, so it keeps me satisfied till bedtime. Since I'd made it into such a big drink, I could savor it for half an hour and be sure to be done by 9 o'clock. Without even realizing it, I was intermittent fasting from 9 o'clock at night to 1 p.m. the next day. That's 16 hours. Even still, these were not hard and fast rules for me. If I got hungry before 1 o'clock, I'd have my shake. If I was with friends for breakfast, lunch, or dinner, I'd eat whatever they were eating. It's no big deal because I know I'm going right back to eating the way that makes me feel best. I don't know what it is about having the last thing I consume be my shake, but I do know it's what makes fasting in the morning easier for me. If you decide to try intermittent fasting with or without my version of protein shakes, you have to find a schedule that works for you. As I said, mine was not planned. What I ended up doing was a 16-8 schedule, 16 hours of fasting and an 8-hour eating window. I like it this way and have no intention of doing the longer fasting version where you fast for 18 hours and only have a 6-hour window for eating. I like the way I'm eating now. I feel really good and it totally works for me. If you're going to try this, it has to be on your schedule, on a time that works for you. Don't just follow somebody else's schedule. Everyone's days are different. Listen to your body. Being hungry is okay. Being hungry to the point where you're feeling weak is not okay. Sometimes I'm having a really hectic morning where I'm running around and being much more active than I normally would during my fasting period. And suddenly I'll feel like I have to eat. So I do. And a protein shake is the fastest way for me to feel good again. Usually when I feel like that, I'll kind of start drinking my shake fast for a minute and then relax and just enjoy it. Even if I wasn't intermittent fasting, I'd still at least end my day with a shake. I don't think I'll ever stop doing that. And just a side note about MyFitnessPal, I know how many calories I need to maintain my weight. I did not decrease my calorie intake to lose weight once I was intermittent fasting. Also, once I was free from the pain and plantar fasciitis, I did make sure I got 10,000 steps in a day. There are 2 forms of exercise I really like: walking and workouts that involve dancing. I do not do workouts I don't like. Okay, that's about it. If I missed something you wanted to know, leave a message below and I'll be sure to reply. Take care of yourselves. Bye now.